Welcome to the Stransky Complex and this week's high school football game between the Falcons of Western New York Maritime and Health Sciences and the host Canisius Crusaders. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince. Heidi Gunther is producing, Russ Battaglia on camera. And Tom, we just had a real interesting sight here. The music for the national anthem on quite a day, if you remember where you were 20 years ago. The music didn't cue up, so the Canisius fans, the kids from high school, started singing the national anthem. So quite a start to the day. It's a beautiful day. It's like one of the baseball games you and I did where the wind is blowing, but a beautiful day for a football game and should be, hopefully, an interesting matchup.
Ty Parker is fearless. That's what I have to say. He will take on anybody, and he proved it last week going to Bennett, and he's doing it again this week by coming to Canisius. All I can say is Ty Parker is making sure his team can be ready for a run at a sectional title and more.
Well, it's a public versus private game, which, in my opinion, we don't get to see often enough. Maritime lost to Bennett last week, 16-0. Canisius had its opener against McQuaid, postponed, so this is the opener for the Crusaders. This is a beautiful complex. We're bathed in sunshine. It's about 75 degrees with a stiff breeze. The captains are at midfield for the toss of the coin. The coin goes up in the air. And Tom, 20 years ago today was the most devastating day in my lifetime that I can remember. I'm 66. And I know exactly where I was and what I was doing. I imagine most Americans know exactly what they were doing, too.
Oh, I was. I was actually coming back from a sales call. I was with Xerox at the time, and I was listening to Imus in the Morning I was listening to, and they are going nuts on the show. And I thought at first it was some sort of like a replay from things that have happened in the past. And then I called home and said, turn on the TV, turn on the TV. And it was, oh, my God, it was unbelievable. They couldn't believe what they were watching on TV. And it'll be something that'll be etched in my memory for forever, just like every American, it really is. And I actually had a relative that was in the second building. And she said there were 3 of them that had felt the plane hit the other building. And they didn't know what happened, but they knew it was time to get out. 2 of them took the elevator down, 1 took the stairs. The 2 that took the elevator walked out of the building, looked up, watched the plane hit the floor that they were on. They didn't find out till 9 o'clock that night that the person who had taken the stairs did get out of the building still.
Wow. Well, I was... before we had a laptop, we had a computer room, which is like a walk-in closet for us. I happened to be online, and I saw a picture of the plane going into the tower. And my wife called me and said, did you see this? And I said to her, yes, it's terrible. And then I saw the second one, a picture pop up. And I said, by the way, this is not an accident. This is terrorism. Yeah. And my late brother-in-law, my wife's little brother, Irv Eisenberg, was a line of duty death from Western New York because he was among the ambulance crews from Western New York that went to New York City to help out. And he got multiple myeloma and a lot of things that you get from breathing that stuff in, and tragically passed away before he was 60 years old 2 years ago. All right, now to the game at hand. Canisius will receive the kickoff after Maritime deferred on the toss. The Crusaders will get the ball. They'll be going toward the goal to our left. Davon Grooms set to kick off for Maritime in the white jerseys and blue pants. Canisius in the all-blue uniforms. The kick is off the hands of number 23, and it will go into the end zone. And a touchback as Rod Miller had the ball go off his hands and took a fortuitous bounce going backward into the end zone.
Yeah, that's where it kind of does you good that once it crosses that line, the play will stop and they'll get it out of the 20-yard line. Do not tell me this Canisius faithful over here is not into this game. They were just jumping up and down the stands, but this entire press box was shaking before we started going on here. Unbelievable right now what they are. They are pumped to be here. Gorgeous day. We got a great game.
Tyler Baker is the quarterback for Canisius. Brett Papke split to the near side. Baker, it's a quarterback draw. He'll run up the middle. He's got a first down and then some. He's all the way out at the 50. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Baker, unstoppable. Touchdown, Canisius. 6-0 Crusaders on the first play from scrimmage. And the Crusaders take an early lead on the touchdown run by quarterback Tyler Baker. 80-yard run. So how's that for a dynamic start? Well, before we do that, can we have the card with the officials' names on? We'll find out who the officials are as Canisius gets to try the extra point. Our referee is Michael Hamilton. Mike Courtney's the umpire. Robert Dorflin is the linesman. Ferris Marone, the line judge. And Augie Taboni is the back judge. There are your officials. Canisius. Michael Doctor will try to add the extra point and make it a 7-0 game. It's up and it's good. And the Crusaders take the early lead on the first play from scrimmage, 7-0. So that hole opened up and it was as wide as the Red Sea when it was parted, and Baker jumped in there and nobody was going to catch him. Baker, by the way, is drawing interest from a number of Ivy League schools. Hasn't committed anywhere yet, but he is drawing interest.
So we tried to do our instant replay. We apologize. It wasn't, we couldn't get it up and running. We were trying to instant replay that. That's why the screen went black there for a second. We were trying to instant replay that run. As you saw Baker go right up the middle. This is what I always talk about, Stu. When a B or an A tries to go up to double A or play the Monsignor Martin, I go right to the trenches, right? Because that, to me, is the difference between the classes normally. The size of the line and what happens in the trenches. You saw that line for Canisius open up that hole beautifully for Baker, and then Baker does the rest from there.
It was massive. Addison Copeland will return the kick from Michael Doctor. He's back at about his 15-yard line. One play from scrimmage and a long touchdown run.
Addison Copeland could potentially be one of the best special team players we've seen come out of Western New York, period. That's how good he is. It is every time that kid gets the ball in his hands, anything can happen.
This looks like Alec Reynolds kicking it off. It's a high kick and short. Copeland will let it bounce at the 22. The ball is loose on the field. It's picked up by Canisius, but I don't think they can advance the ball. Right. It's a dead ball. But that's the right thing to do. If the ball happens to fall into your hands, run it out and let them make the call. So that ball bounced at about the 22, took a Maritime bounce as it went toward the 25, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons of Maritime at about their own, let's see exactly where they spot the ball, looks about the 22-yard line.
You got to be aggressive. You can't let a kickoff bounce like that and not go after it. You've got to make sure that you somehow at least recover it to make sure the other team doesn't do it. This could be a big hole right here for Maritime to try to get out of.
Canisius did recover the ball. It was a loose ball, so it's 1st and 10 Crusaders. And here's Baker rolling to the right. He throws on the far side, incomplete, over the outstretched hands of Michael Doctor, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
You had a feeling it was going to be a pass no matter what on that one. This is something different, right? The way they've come out. But early on, boy, Canisius clicking on all cylinders, special teams-wise and offensively so far in this game.
2nd and 10 from the Maritime 22-yard line for the Crusaders. Baker hands it off, and going up the middle is Kareem Hathcock. Got a couple of yards, maybe no more than 4. And it'll be 3rd down.
I thought that was a good tackle there by Littlejohn.
So 3rd down for the Crusaders. Ball at the Maritime 20-yard line. Crusaders already lead 7-0 very early in the first quarter. got the first touchdown, got the first huge break of the ball game when they fell on a loose ball on the kickoff. Baker back to pass. He's got time. He throws. It's caught. And very close to a first down is Lamar Thomas.
I think he's going to be a yard short on that one.
Yeah, they're saying 4th down on the field, so we'll see what the Crusaders do here. Most likely, I'm guessing they're going to go for it. 4th and 1 at the 14. Baker stays in the game. Canisius, of course, being coached by Brian Gorman, who replaced Rich Robbins, who left for a spot in Florida.
Think it's going to be a keeper by Baker on this one?
Wouldn't surprise me. And he hands it off, and that's pretty close to Hathcock. Excuse me, that might have been Lamar Thomas. And I think he got stopped.
He did. Great job. That's been Littlejohn. Nywan Littlejohn, number 15, who's had 2 big tackles right here to be able to come up big for Maritime. And that's a big stop right there.
Yes, turnover on downs. And now Montrese Webster will lead his team on the offensive side. Webster, 6'4", 240, a sophomore quarterback who can run and throw. We'll see what they do here. And somebody moved early, and each team is going to point at the other team. One saying offside, one saying false start. So we'll wait and see how they rule. Maritime is back in the huddle. And again, that's going to be offside on Canisius. So now it'll be 1st and 5 for Maritime, the Falcons. Tyree Parker, of course, the coach for the Falcons. And there's movement again on the long side on the line of scrimmage again. And so the Falcons will get a first down without ever snapping the ball. Back-to-back offside penalties on Canisius. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
Big defensive stop there by Maritime, right?
Huge,
Unbelievable.
huge.
I mean, you could have had a complete momentum change in this game, totally in the favor of Canisius. They come up big defensively.
He hands it off, and the running back is stuffed.
And that's going to be a turnover.
He fumbled. Let's see.
The question is, did he stop momentum?
That was a big hit by Littlejohn for a loss of 2. That was Nywan Littlejohn was the running back. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the one time that Maritime snaps the ball, they lose 2 yards.
But boy, that defensive front right now, Canisius, right, really getting into that backfield quickly.
Well, if you glance up and down the sideline, Tom, Canisius looks like it has more players, and they're a bigger squad, too. You look on the far side, there's some smaller men there. Montrese Webster awaits the shotgun snap. 2nd down and 12. And the ball is loose on, no, it's stopped. I thought I heard a whistle. That's a short gain. And I thought we were going to get another flag. I anticipated that. It never happened.
I thought it was going to be close to another offsides there.
Well, that's what I
You saw
thought.
him jumping.
That's what I thought, and I also thought I heard a whistle. So that'll bring up 3rd down. Short gain there. 3rd down for Maritime. Canisius leads this one 7-0. Addison Copeland split wide on that's a great matchup. Copeland against Doctor right there. Copeland and Doctor, great matchup on the far side. Montrese Webster awaits the shotgun snap. He's got it, drops the ball on the ground, and it falls on the loose ball, and that'll bring up 4th down, and Maritime will punt it away. So Webster got the snap and hit him in the hands, and he just simply dropped the ball. But that matchup that I was talking about, Copeland versus Doctor, is one certainly to keep an eye on. So Davon Grooms will punt it away for Maritime, and back at about his own 40-yard line. Looks like Lamar Thomas, number 6. And the punt, a good punt. Caught at the 45 by Thomas, at the 50, at the 45. Takes a big hit at the 45 and is brought down by 2 or 3 tacklers.
Look like Jazier Fluker was the first one in there, number 55.
So it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Canisius. They lead this one 7-0. Good return from Thomas there. Took a big hit, about a 10-yard return. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the Maritime 45-yard line. The second possession that Canisius will start in Falcons territory. Baker rolls to the near side and will simply run it out of bounds. There was nowhere for him to run, as Maritime did a good job not allowing him to turn that corner. David Wright stringing that one out for the Falcons. And it's a 1-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Second down, 11 from the 47-yard line of the Falcons for the Crusaders. Morgan goes in motion for Canisius. And there's a pass. It's caught and hit immediately. As soon as he caught it, is Antonio Morgan. A gain of about 7 or 8 yards. And they'll spot the ball at the 40-yard line. So a 6 or 7 yard gain there. It'll bring up a 3rd down for the Crusaders. 3rd and 5. Baker takes the shotgun snap, rolls to the right, he throws. It's caught on the far side and spun down after getting the 1st down and a few extra yards. Looks like number 10, Brett Papke. So that'll bring up a 1st down for the Crusaders.
Boy, I love the way Baker moved in the pocket right there, right? Really stepped up nice in the pocket right there and makes that play happen, but really does it because you've, as a defense, got to worry about he's going to take off right there, but he doesn't take off. Does a good job of finding the open man. Give Barker a lot of credit on that one.
1st and 10 from the 24 of Maritime. And now Baker throws on the far side. It is caught and breaking a tackle, losing the football briefly after being brought down is Michael Doctor.
Boy, Baker's settling nice, isn't he? He really is. He's almost looking like he's in mid-season form early on with a big rush right there. Now settling nicely for this. Looks really good.
I'm going to say, Tom, that when you consider quarterback play in Western New York this year between Baker, the 2 kids we saw last week, Kennedy and Kleitz, we got some pretty good quarterbacks.
Casella, what we've been watching in Orchard Park, has been phenomenal.
Drake in Jamestown.
Yep.
Will South put up, 30-some points last night?
Against Jamestown, yep.
2nd down, Baker to pass. He's under pressure, rolls to the right, gets away from the pressure, still has the ball, and he's shoved out of bounds after getting what looks like another 1st down for the Crusaders. See where they spot it, but I think that's a 1st down. Yeah, they're moving the chains. That is a 1st down. Good run there by Baker. Canisius driving, leading 7-0. Still in the 1st quarter here at the Stransky Complex. 1st and 10 for Canisius at the 12-yard line. Every once in a while, I keep hearing a stray whistle from somewhere in the crowd.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's coming from the crowd because I'm hearing that same whistle.
Okay, so I'm not losing my
no,
mind.
I hear it too.
Now here's Baker rolling to the near side. He throws, Caught for the touchdown. Antonio Morgan brings it in, and the Crusaders take a 13-0 lead. Made it look easy on that one. A 12-yard touchdown pass. And now Canisius will try to make it 14-0.
What a I mean, Baker just looks. I mean, he is such a dual threat right now that he can easily run that in or pass it. That defensive-wise, especially your guys up front and your linebackers, they're struggling right now to be able to see which way he's going to go.
Rolled to the near side and made the throw coming to the near side. Kick is up. And it's good, and just like that, it's 14-0 Canisius with if I'm reading the clock correctly, 5:42 left in the first quarter. Is that a 5 or a 6?
It's 5:42. Yeah, that's what I have right there.
Because the scoreboard is right in the sunshine.
You know, here's going to be the big thing that we've got to look at right now for Maritime, right? So they last week, as we know, played Bennett, lost 16-0. But really only gave up one rushing touchdown on the first drive, right, defensively. So we know they can play defense, but they haven't put any points up on the board yet. That's the key right now. Maritime's got to figure out how do we move the ball. You've got a sophomore quarterback right now, Montrese Webster, that's really trying to learn the offense. Comes from Cleve Hill last year, now is over here to Maritime, learning a new offense, and boy, you're learning it with now, maybe 15 practices underneath your belt, and you're doing it against two of the best teams in Western New York.
Yes. Well, eventually that'll pay off, but no doubt they're going to be growing pains, right?
In fact, when you see the schedule that Maritime's got from here on in, right? Maritime's going to go Burgard, Roy Hart, Cheektowaga, Maryvale, Albion, and Lewiston Porter will round out their schedule. Their two toughest games, obviously, are played 1-2. But how big was it this past week? Bennett goes to Will North and wins 62-15.
Ooh.
Right? So how good does that say this Maritime team is to be able to keep Bennett only at 16 points?
Well, there's the kickoff, and Copeland will let it roll out of bounds, and the flag comes out as Alec Reynolds kicked it. It rolled out at about somewhere between the 20 and the 10-yard line. So Maritime will take the penalty. And Tom, you're right. That's a challenge. Well, you were right when you said earlier that Tyree Parker will play anybody, anywhere, anytime, and good for him.
Yeah, so this is going to come out to the 35-yard line is where it's going to come out to. That's the penalty for going out of bounds right there.
So 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Tony Fiorello joining us here in the booth. Hello, Tony. You writing a story on this game? Okay. 1st and 10. Montrese Webster out of the shotgun snap. Maritime looking for its first positive offensive play. And there's the handoff and getting some good yards going forward is Damian Littleton. Good gain there on 1st down, bring up 2nd down, gain of about 5. You have Naiwan Littlejohn and Damian Littleton, which are easily confusable. One's 15, one's 25.
Littleton, that bruising back, right, did a great job of breaking some tackles, really fighting for every yard he had there.
And there's another handoff to the big guy, but he's not going to get there as he's shoved back by the Crusaders defense. Littleton is as you say, is a bruising back, but the Crusaders defense was able to pretty much stand him up there. So Webster heads over to the sideline with a quick word with the coaches. And we have the officials huddled together at about the 35-yard line. At least 3 of the officials are there.
Yeah, they're really talking this one over still.
Did the ball come out at the end of that play? I mean, they were screaming up here that it was. I didn't see that happen. So we'll see. Webster is still on the sidelines. And now he comes back in toward the huddle. And we have a penalty, personal
Personal
foul against Maritime.
Oh, no.
That's both ways.
Yep.
Okay. So they're calling it, it looked like 2 fingers.
Two penalties, one on each team.
Offsetting penalties.
Doesn't that negate the play, or was it after the play?
Well, that's what we need a microphone on the referee for, for the explanation.
After the play, so
Apparently that was after the play.
He said second down still, which was very
That's-
interesting, right?
they got to move it back a little bit.
Well, we'll see. So they're talking to now the Canisius head coach, Brian Gorman. And we'll see where if they change the spot of the ball at all.
Well,
Down-
it was offset. We shouldn't see a spot of the ball change. The question to me is, are they replaying the down, or should it be third down, like after the play? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So really, that's what I'm looking at, because he signaled it was second down still.
That's what I thought. He had 2 fingers up. Well,
And to me, that's what the conversation is right here, because Canisius wants this to be third down, right? They don't want this to be second down again.
well, let's see. The down marker still says second down. Let's see.
No, they are now signaling 3.
All right, third down.
Yep,
There
there
we
they go. It's going to
Okay,
third down now.
That is the
Yep.
correct call. All right, third down and about 6 yards for the first down. Well, I think the scoreboard might read 3rd and 4.
Third and 4, 3rd and 5. It's kind of like right there. Yep.
So we'll see. Webster has yet to attempt a pass. I'm sure they would like to get the ball into Copeland's hands. And there's that whistle. The ball is on the ground again. The snap was in front of Webster and low. He bent over to try and pick it up, and he just couldn't lift it off the ground, but he was able to fall on it, and that'll bring up 4th down. And we'll see. It looks like the Falcons will have to punt it away here. And I keep hearing that whistle.
Yeah, that's coming. That's got to be from somebody in the stands. It really does. So I think you'll see them punt right now, which is what we are. We're going to see them pump up. Boy, so far the success, Maritime is, the little success they had, it's been running the ball, but they've got to figure out a way to be able to pass. They cannot be one-dimensional against this Canisius team.
Is that Hathcock or Thomas back there? I think it's Thomas. It's a 6. There's the punt, goes straight up in the air and coming to the near side. It'll bounce at the 30, take a Maritime roll inside the 10, where it will be downed at about the 5-yard line. So a great punt there. And Canisius will have to navigate a lengthy field, already up 14-0 with 3:48 to go in the first quarter. Turned out to be a great punt.
Yeah, boy, what a roll. That was that is definitely a roll in your favor, no doubt about it.
Yeah, when you go to Vegas, you hope you get one like that.
I'll take one of those any day in Vegas, huh?
Yeah. Or Atlantic City. We're on the East
Listen,
Coast, right?
Wherever that money's going to come in your pocket.
I like the way you think. So it's 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 5-yard line. They already lead this one 14-0. Maritime has had big-time trouble getting any kind of offense untracked. Baker has run for a touchdown and thrown for a touchdown. Crusaders backed up deep in their own end of the field. There goes that whistle again, and there's a handoff and spinning forward for a few yards.
I think you're hearing me hit start on the clock.
Oh, is that you, Pat? Okay. So we have the clock operator disturbing us.
Pat is never going to disturb us, though. There's no way.
So a gain of 5 on first down for Hathcock, and that's what that is. It's coming from the scoreboard operator. I thought it was a whistle. 2nd and 5 at the 10 for Canisius. And handoff coming to the near side. And Thomas, I believe. Nope. Yes, that was Thomas. So it'll be 3rd down now for the Crusaders.
That was Copeland and Fluker on the tackle right there.
So Copeland contributing on the defensive side, and on the offensive side, it seems like they really need to find a way to get the ball in his hands. So here we go, 3rd down and 3 from the 12 for the Crusaders. Gold helmets, blue uniforms, gold numbers. And now Baker. He throws, the ball is tipped and incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Canisius will punt it away. Not sure who got a hand on that one.
Big stop right there from Maritime, though. But now listen, you're going to finally get your chance to have some field position. You have to do something with this. You have to put points up on the board. You cannot have the opportunity to give the ball back to Canisius and give them an opportunity to score again.
Reynolds set to punt from his own end zone. Copeland back at about the Canisius 45-yard line. So a chance for Maritime, as you said, time to get some great field position. And the kick is up and away, a high kick. It'll bounce at about the 40, go straight up in the air, and it'll take a roll, and it'll be downed at about the Canisius 47-yard line. Unfortunately for Maritime, that was a really good kick in the sense that Copeland couldn't catch it and run with it.
Well, they've kept the ball away from him so far, if you think about it, right? The one out of bounds, the one they recovered, and that one, they've kept the ball away from Copeland so he can't do something with that speed. We got our first score update in as Dunkirk has a 20-6 lead over Lakeshore.
Now, which game? You were at the Orchard Park game. Were you working last night, or were you watching your son?
I was doing a little bit of both last night. St. Francis has taken a 7-0 lead as Otremba takes the quarterback keeper for 13 yards for the Red Raiders.
Now, who are they playing today?
A team.
Oh, a team not from this
area. Yeah.
All right, we have a timeout on the field here with Canisius leading 14-0.
Kellenberg is who they're playing.
Okay, I know Canisius next week goes to McKeesport, which I think is outside of Pittsburgh. So that'll be the Crusaders' second game this season. Down on the field, I see Mark Adair from the man who published it. What's the name of that magazine? Western New York Weekly. And I see Mr. Butera from Jamestown had another huge game last night.
5 touchdowns again last night.
So what's that, 6 touchdowns and 5 last night? Did he have 6?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11.
Not bad.
No,
Well,
not a great start.
yeah, there's your early Connolly Cup favorite.
Holy Trinity right now is up 8-0 over St. Joe's with 4:13 left in the first quarter.
Well, St. Joe's lost last week, didn't they, to
St.
St.
Mary's.
Mary's? Yeah.
St. Mary's with a big win, too, last night. 30-10, I think the final was, over Eden.
So a lot of interesting things going on throughout the high school football community. Beautiful day for football games today. It's 1st and 10 for Maritime. They're at the Canisius 47-yard line after forcing the Crusaders to punt from their own end zone. Montrese Webster and the Maritime offense looking to make something positive happen here. And it's Webster's going to take it himself, and he's got about maybe 3 or 4 yards. He's a large young man. It's 6'4", 240 pounds. So if he ever gets up ahead of steam, you better get out of the way.
Oh, no doubt. I think they only gave him 1 on that, though, Stu. 2 and 2nd and 1, or 2nd and 9 is what it is right now.
Yep, you're right. I thought he had a couple extra yards there. Copeland in motion. It's the handoff to Copeland. He's going to try to turn the far corner, but he's unable to. Some good defense by Canisius. Run out of bounds, looks like by number 12,
And
Michael Sadia.
I think Canisius saw that one coming. We could hear the coaches here in the press box, and you heard them yell that Copeland was coming, so they knew this was a play to watch out for.
Well, there's a loss on the play back to the 49-yard line of the Crusaders, what will bring up 3rd down. 3rd and about 12. And we'll see if Webster decides to put the ball in the air. So far, As we've mentioned, the Falcons have had a lot of trouble getting any kind of offense going.
Their only first down has been 2 offside penalties in a row by Canisius.
Webster, back to pass. He's hit, intercepted, picked off, and taken all the way back for the Canisius touchdown. A great play by Josh Fillion. Intercepted it, took it all the way back, 51 yards for the touchdown, and it's 20-0 in favor of Canisius. Well, Webster was under pressure, and he probably never saw him coming. He was about to get hit. He threw the ball, and
that even caught us. I mean, he literally almost came out of nowhere, right, to catching that.
Yeah, I think that was a great call by the defensive coordinator. 20-0. We're still in the first quarter, and Doctor will try to make it a 21-0 game. Looks like it's shaping up as a long, long afternoon for the Falcons. And the kick is up and good, and it's 21-0 Crusaders. Well, it's kind of fair to say it's been all Canisius.
Well, and all Canisius in every facet of the game, right? Offensively, they've come out, right? You've absolutely seen a throwing touchdown, a rushing touchdown from the offense. You've seen the defense now have their own score, and you've seen special teams recover a kick right there. They've done it in every aspect of the game so far. And defense hasn't given up a first down on plays yet. You know what I mean?
Well, now it'll be interesting to see for Tyree Parker. The challenge just might be, how does he keep his kids from getting demoralized? You're down 21-0, still in the first quarter. Nothing has gone right. I mean, really, nothing has gone right. You're just playing a football team that's much better. At least from what we've seen here, Canisius is simply much better, and the Crusaders are most likely one of the top teams in Western New York.
Listen, no matter what, they are absolutely one of the top teams in Western New York. I mean, right now you're looking at, to me, right, 3 of the top teams in Western New York. 2 of them are coming out of Monsignor Martin. As you've seen, St. Francis with an early start with a big win over Liverpool, now winning over Kellenberg right now. Canisius right here, and then Jamestown.
End-over-end kick. Copeland will catch it at about the 15, and he takes it out to about the 30 or 31-yard line before he's brought down, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
And then, of course, don't forget about Lancaster, right? I think right there, your top 4 right now.
Wait a second. Which ones did you say? Lancaster?
Lancaster, Jamestown, St. Francis, and Canisius right now are your top 4 in my eyes, right? My eyes.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, Lancaster gets their first benchmark game this coming week as Orchard Park goes to visit Lancaster. So I'm going to tell you, we'll get the benchmark as how good this Lancaster team really is.
Well, I was just going to ask you, since you didn't have OP in your top 4, how close you thought they were, but I guess we'll get our answer this week.
I think we'll get the answer this week. Exactly. But I'll tell you, and even when you look at that Orchard Park Jamestown game, it was a kickoff that could have been the difference in that game, right? So they're right on the fringe, too. And then Bennett, don't count out Bennett, right? Bennett with 2 big wins over Maritime and what they did to Will North.
And there's a handoff, and going nowhere really as the Canisius defense is all over that one. Maybe a loss of a yard, and that was
yeah, I think a loss of 1.
Antoine Hewley on the carry there, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. Long, tough afternoon shaping up for the Falcons of Maritime. And we've got a personal foul against Maritime, so they're going to be backing up. They'll probably still get 1st down, but that's the 2nd personal foul by the Falcons.
Now you're going to back up 15, right? And if you don't score another 1st down and haven't been able to move the ball, you're going to give Canisius great field position again to possibly put more points up on the board.
And you know what? They actually started that drive with pretty decent field position at about the 31, and now they're all the way back to the 15-yard line, their own 15-yard line.
So 2nd and 25.
And we'll see if Webster tries to put the ball in the air again. Copeland on the near side. Donovan Davenport looked like he's matched up against. And Webster has the ball, and he gets hit, and down he goes. He held the ball out there like a loaf of bread and got away with it that time. No gain on the, maybe a gain of a yard or a loss of a yard. Very little room to operate for Webster.
And that was Nick Ciriello on the tackle right there, number 41. But listen, this defensive line is not giving them any time to be able to pass the ball right here. I mean, this is just a testament how good this defensive line is and how good this line always is as Canisius. It's the one thing that I believe has always separated themselves as a top team in the area is their line play, both offensive and defensive line.
Third down, as we're getting toward the end of the first quarter, mercifully, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I hate to say it, but, you know, the Falcons are no match for this team. And there's a flag. That's a delay game, yeah. Right? So a tough day for the Falcons seems to be getting tougher. And now Maritime will back up, and they're inside their own 10-yard line at about the 6. As the final 6 or 8 seconds of the quarter get ready to tick off. Third down. Third down, and they got to get out to the 40-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, 40.
And there's the snap. It's a low snap. Webster picks it up, and he bounces the ball on the turf, but he manages to maintain possession. He got tripped up and fell down at about the 14-yard line, which will bring up fourth down for the Falcons. And as you had mentioned, Tom, Canisius will once again get great field position. Javar Williams set to punt it away. And that looks like the first quarter has come to an end. So at the end of one quarter, here at the Stransky Complex, it is Canisius 21 and Maritime nothing. Back with the second quarter after this short break.
Paul Wolf Agency. How can I help?
I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Welcome back to the Stransky Complex, where Canisius leads Maritime 21-0. Baker ran for a touchdown, threw for a touchdown, and the Crusaders had a pick 6. And those are your 3 touchdowns. Maritime punting again from their own end zone.
And it looks like they're going to kick this one against the wind right here, too, still.
Yeah, when things go against you, they go against you. And the kick is short, end over end. It'll take a bounce, and it'll take a Canisius bounce, picked up by the Canisius player, and he takes it all the way back to about the 10-yard line. That's a very alert play by number 16, Josh Fillion. I didn't expect him to do that.
I didn't either, but boy, it was almost like he did it in stride. Did you see that? He picked that up in stride and took it off, and he was one player from breaking that one into an end zone. But here you go. You're giving now this potent offense of Canisius the ball at their own 11-yard line, or at the Maritime's 11-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. And it didn't start out as that bad a punt. It just took a really good bounce.
Well, remember, the wind, like we said, it was going against them right there. So, boy, this is definitely a tough start for the Maritime team, no doubt about it.
Well, they're backing up. And let's see, did we miss a penalty?
I think the ball was dead.
They were saying the ball was dead where it bounced?
It was dead. It was not. It was touchdown because it was a punt. Because it was a punt, it was not a free ball.
And not a free ball because it was a punt. Okay, I didn't realize. I didn't think anybody touched it, or you don't have to touch it apparently.
That's different than an onside kick because they were punting it to them.
Right. I'll have to ask
The onside kick, absolutely, we get. Now, whether they called fair catch for that, if there was any sort of fair catch that was called right there, that would be the only thing. The only thing I could sit here and say, like,
well, the officials are having a conversation about this. I'm assuming it's about that.
so it looks like it's going to be on the 27-yard line is where we're going to start for this one.
Is that where he picked it up? I think that might have been where he picked it up, where it was touched. Someone touched it. Okay, so it's a dead ball the second it's touched.
So,
I didn't see anybody touch it.
well, so if it was touched like that, then my guess is it was hit, a Maritime player.
Had to be,
touched
right,
it.
because it would be down.
That's when it's down and dead. So it had to have been touched by a Maritime player that we didn't see.
Well, and Canisius will still have great field position as the Crusaders come back out onto the field. Maritime huddled around one of their coaches on the far side. 21-0 Canisius early in the second quarter.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They gave the ball back to Maritime? Well, Maritime somehow got the ball back. I didn't see a fumble.
So,
Did you?
no.
Did they muff
There
the punt?
There must have been some sort of penalty that was called here.
Had to be. Here's Webster, and he's sacked. Okay, I'm feeling very embarrassed because I don't know how that happened.
Listen, I'll tell everybody right now up here, we're all looking. I don't know if anybody knows what's going on right now. We're going to find out, though, I promise. We will find out at halftime what had happened here.
Well, it's a huge break for Maritime if they can take advantage of it. Second down. Second and 16 after the loss on first down. Webster awaiting that shotgun snap. He's had a number of snaps that were a little low, and there's a run. I believe that's Little John, and he's stacked up by the defensive line. No gain there. So it'll be third down now for Maritime. And the whistle you hear is our scoreboard operator, Pat, operating the scoreboard. Every time he touches a button, it sounds like a whistle. I think I'll ask Mr. Jim Moore about getting a silent one.
That'd be nice, better sound system, too.
Well, I'm not going there. That's a little too much for me, but you can ask. Pat, the clock operator, and I was a swimmer at Canisius High School, went to Canisius College, and was coached by our man Tom Prince. Webster gets the snap, back to throw. He throws, and let's see if they call that complete. It really doesn't matter because it's well short of a first down. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, they're going to call it complete, though, so complete for about 3 yards right there.
Looked like he picked it up right off the turf. I thought it actually was on the ground.
Let me tell you something. So your operator over here, Pat Collins, he absolutely swam, but I'm going to tell you, if he wanted to play baseball here at Canisius, he easily could have played baseball at Canisius. And absolutely, I'm going to tell you from the left side, this kid can hit. I'm going to tell you. No doubt about it. And for those of you who don't know, his brother is Jack Collins, the pitcher who goes off to Binghamton and has been doing fantastic playing Division I baseball.
The snap was over the punter's head into the end zone. The ball is laying there, and it's a safety for the Crusaders. It'll be a 23-0 game, and they'll get the ball back. So it's what can go wrong will go wrong for Maritime today. My goodness. Oh, apparently there was a roughing the kicker penalty on the punt. I got a text from Denny Serow. I never saw a flag. Did you see a flag?
No.
We didn't see any flags, and apparently that was the call. It was roughing the kicker. Thank you, Dennis, for the explanation. Never saw a flag, and we were just left to speculate. So now Maritime will kick it back to Canisius. The Crusaders up 23 to nothing. And another special teams mistake made by Maritime, but as Tom has pointed out, after this game, their schedule gets considerably, on paper at least, easier, and this will benefit this team in the long run.
Listen, this team's focus, right, is a B-state title. That's what they're looking for. So they're trying to take on these big teams right now to get them ready to go after such a title. I have a score update coming from St. Francis. St. Francis has got a 10-7 lead over Kellenberg right now.
Dutch Nada will kick this one for Maritime.
It looks like a field goal was kicked by St. Francis there to be able to take that lead too.
The kick is short. It's caught at about the 45-yard line, and coming to the near side before finally being brought down is number 14, Rico Brown. And once again, Canisius has fabulous field position there at the Maritime 40-yard line.
That tackle again by number 15, Naiwan Littlejohn. Boy, has he been all over the field. We've called his name multiple times defensively. One of the bright spots we've seen for this Maritime team today.
So 1st and 10 Crusaders at the Maritime 40-yard line. Already leading 23 to nothing. Rod Miller back in the backfield with Baker. Baker back to pass. He throws incomplete. Intended for Doctor, I believe. He just couldn't reel that one in.
That field goal was kicked by Luke Nowak over by St. Francis. So absolutely something big right there.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Crusaders from the Maritime 40. Back to pass. Baker. He throws down the far side. Incomplete, overthrown, intended for Doctor. Put it out there for Doctor to run under it, but he had a little too much on it, and it's incomplete. Bring up 3rd down.
So I'll tell you, as many of the people may know, seeing the names that are on the polls, I'm doing one of the people on the Buffalo News poll this year. I think you'll see a complete shakeup in those polls coming into this next week.
You mean large and small school polls?
Yes, I think we're going to see a lot of changes be made in both those polls.
Okay. Well, we won't ask you for an advance on that.
Well, again, remember, there are other people that vote, so I can't tell you what they're going to vote. I could just tell you this team right here, Canisius, is making their statement why they should be at the top of those polls.
Baker back to pass. He throws. It's caught all the way in for the touchdown for Doctor. Nice catch and run. And now it is 30 to nothing. So Baker to Doctor for the 40-yard touchdown. 30 to nothing Crusaders with 8:52 to play in the second quarter. Well, definitely a statement for the Crusaders as they'll try to add the extra point. Dr. Will to make it a 31 to nothing game. Well, it's a good chance to get a look at a team focused on a Class B title and a team focused, I would say, on a state championship, Monsignor Martin State Championship in the Catholic League. Kick is up, and it is good, and it's 31 to nothing Canisius with 8:52 to play, still in the first half.
So, a couple things, right? First thing for them to come through, St. Francis is ready, right? We're going to see a great matchup this year, Canisius-St. Francis. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch this year. And for Maritime, remember, they're going to see Iroquois at one point, right? And that's going to be the team that they'll be circled on for them, right? I think two big teams that they both got to make sure they get through to be able to go on what their ultimate goals are for the season.
Did they beat Iroquois in the championship game last year?
Yeah, in a last-second one, which was phenomenal. I called that game over at Johnny B. Wiley Stadium over there. What a game that was.
Well, that should be a great game again. You and I saw Iroquois last week against Southwestern, and that game came down to the final 10 seconds.
Man, it was 9 and change when
9.9.
Trey runs in.
So A great game there. And now we'll see as Canisius gets set to kick off. Well, they've been doing this a lot today. Alec Reynolds will kick it off, and Addison Copeland will hopefully get a chance to, for his sake and his team's sake, to return this one.
And St. Francis scores again as they now have a 17-7 lead over Kellenberg. Kimmel Clark with the interception, and then Otremba finds Jimmy Scott for an 8-yard touchdown.
Well, Reynolds got his leg into that one and put it out of the end zone for a touchback. So Copeland had no chance to return that. He wasn't going anywhere if he caught it because he was backing up and it was 8 or 9 yards deep into the end zone anyway. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Maritime, trailing 31-0.
So I'll be excited here in West Seneca where we're at, right, the Stransky Field, when they finish this and they'll turn this into a complex, which a baseball field we should be seeing here. And this will be a fun place to come to. And I'll tell you, one of the top areas where we'll see baseball and football played here.
Now, geographically, we're sitting on the side facing, I think it's Clinton Street. The baseball diamond, any idea where it's going to go? We're being pointed out to our left. Behind the parking lot. And, well, it will be a fabulous complex. We're getting a timeout on the field here, taken by Maritime. 8:52 to play in the second quarter, 31-0 in favor of Canisius. So a long afternoon shaping up for Maritime. I'm just trying to remember exactly when this complex opened up. It's not that old. It's no more than 15 years old.
No, but it's just this, it really is, it's this hidden gem that unless you're a part of high school sports, not too many people know about,
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yes.
But I hope to see more and more events here as we see more sports come this way. I think it's going to be even more eyes here, more people wondering what's going on over here, right? A lot of different things are going to happen, I think, when you bring more sports involved.
I'm wondering, Canisius a few years back redid their gym. The Kennedy Fieldhouse is a beautiful place to play
gorgeous.
basketball, right? Their hockey team, basketball team's always competitive, championship caliber. Hockey team, always, I mean, all their
Baseball,
sports.
listen,
Yeah.
I know Coach Sanacito is going, please get this baseball field. I want that baseball field, he's saying.
Well, that was a great series you and I did this spring with
Them and
Canisius
St.
and St. Joe's. For a while, I never thought it was going to end. And we got a flag here. Let's see what that flag is for. Is this a delay of game?
Yeah, we have Mr. Western New York Athletics play for Canisius baseball team, right?
And that would be a false start on Maritime. Who was that?
Mr. Western New York Athletics played for Canisius. Every time we did
Frank
a game, every time we did a game, Justin Hodel stepped up and was phenomenal every time he did a game.
Yes.
Every time the cameras were on, Justin Hodel from Canisius
That's
was
true.
unbelievable.
I had to think about that for a moment.
Remember in the All-Star game, I was calling him Mr. Western New York Athletics.
And Webster looks to throw, runs, and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I think he hit his own man on that one.
Well, it's another loss. You can see the growing pains for Webster. I think maybe this Canisius defense maybe had him a little confused. I think he wants to throw it, but he's not. He's a big guy, right? So he would more likely run you over than run around you. And he isn't to the point where he can run around. These defenders, he's not going to run around these guys, if that makes any sense. So second down and 25? 21. Second and 21. Deep in their own end of the field. And down 31-0 for Maritime. And there's going to be another flag there as Maritime has a false start. I think we're going to lead. Maritime might lead the league in laundry this weekend. I mean, that's a lot of penalties. And they're the similar penalties. The false starts, the offside. Very frustrating day for Tyree Parker and company. But Tyree will rally the kids and keep them positive and get them ready to go for the remainder of the season, no matter how this game comes out today. So now it's 2nd down and 26. Back at their own 4-yard line. So Maritime in a big, big hole here. Webster runs and it is either brought down or slips and falls after a very short gain. Gain of maybe 3 yards.
Actually, they just moved it back as a loss of 1.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I looked like he actually gained.
I did too, but I must have knee where he went down. Must have went down. They moved him back.
Well, it'll be 3rd down.
Step down. It'll be the 3rd and a bunch.
3rd down and 26 or 28 yards. It's hard to read the scoreboard. But it's 3rd and just an awful lot of real estate to go to get a 1st down. And 1st downs, as Tom has mentioned, have been really hard to come by for Maritime. They got 1 on back-to-back offside penalties.
On
by
the second for
Crusaders.
roughing the kicker.
Yeah, right.
So really,
There's
that's
2,
how their 2 first downs have come.
right?
You got to give your kicker here some room too.
Yeah, there's a pass, and caught by Copeland, who spins away from a tackler, and then is brought down by a couple of others. He's still inside the 10-yard line. Well, Copeland caught it, and the second he caught it, there are a lot of blue shirts around him. So that'll bring up 4th down, and we've seen how this plays out, where they'll be punting from deep in their own end zone. Thomas will be at about his own 40-yard line. Well, actually closer to the 38 to try and return this kick.
Yeah, look at him. You're going to give them unbelievable field position right here again.
Yeah. Davon Grooms will punt it out of his end zone. The kick goes off his foot, will come out of bounds or be downed at about the Maritime 25 or 26-yard line. And again, that beeping you're hearing is from the scoreboard. I want to point that out to our listeners.
I know that's driving you nuts still.
Yeah, I'm glad Pat pointed it out because I really thought it was a whistle. So it'll be 1st and 10 Canisius at Maritime's 26-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Thomas in the backfield with Baker. And there's a handoff to Thomas. He's got running room, 1 man to beat, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. A 26-yard touchdown run by Lamar Thomas, and now it's 37-0 Crusaders. No, I hate to say it, Tom, but Canisius can pretty much name the score here. I mean, if they want to score 100, they can do that.
Yeah, I think what we'll see is probably maybe the starters come out early in the second half, and then we'll get a chance to see a lot of the backups come in and play.
Well, Doctor on for the extra point to try to make it a 38-0 game. And the snap is bobbled. Reynolds picks it up. He throws it back, and it's caught. And getting over for the 2-point conversion is, I believe it was number 20, James McNeil. So even when it goes wrong, it goes right for Canisius. Now it's 39-0 Crusaders.
What do you say on that? Like you finally got, something happens in our, and look, they come up with a fantastic play where they make something happen out of nothing right there. Great job there by the special teams again. Like I said earlier, all facets of the game. Canisius has done it defensively, offensively, and special teams has just been unbelievable what they've accomplished today. They're showing why they are a top team here in Western New York.
And they lead it 39-0 with about 6:48 or 5:48 to play in the second quarter. 39-0. And believe me, the score is an absolute reflection of the kind of game it's been. A long, tough day for Tyree Parker and his team. So Canisius will once again kick off.
Coach Robbins, no doubt smiling from Florida, though, right? Knowing, boy, they are in great hands right now, as Coach Gorman is saying, boy, don't worry, Coach. We got you. Team's ready to go. We're hitting on all cylinders.
Now, they had an extra week to get ready once the McQuaid game got canceled.
And film. That's right. They get to see film on the Bennett game. But we do have a score update. Holy Trinity is up 15-0 over St. Joe's with 5:31 left in the second quarter.
Reynolds boots it. Copeland will have a chance to return this. He takes it. Did he step in the end zone? Yeah, he did. So he had a chance to return it. Unfortunately for him, his foot was in the end zone, so it's a touchback. And now it'll be Maritime's ball, 1st and 10. Hoping to get something positive going here. Trailing 39-0. It's not a misprint, and I'm not speaking incorrectly. It's been that kind of day. And we have a whole half and then some to play. You know, I'm wondering, Tom, if it's looking for a down year for St. Joe's. They lost their opener. They're losing again today. So it might be a down year for the Marauders, which has been unusual over the years. Webster, the snap is low. He picks it up, hands it off, and we might have actually gained 3 or 4 yards. Not sure if that was Littleton or Little John, but it is 2nd down. And I believe they actually gained a couple yards on that one. Positive yardage has been extremely difficult to come by for Maritime. 2nd down. I think it was a gain of 2, so we'll call it 2nd down and 8. Copeland out wide to the near side. Dominic Redmond looks like the one-on-one coverage over here. Webster hands it off and getting out close to him, maybe actually getting a 1st down on the ground. And it is. There's the first down of the game on a legitimate play from Maritime. I believe that was Littleton on the carry. So 1st and 10 from the 30 for Maritime. So they will keep the ball away from the Crusaders.
I actually think that was Hewley is who
Oh,
it was.
it might have been. I honestly
I think it was
couldn't
number
tell.
9 Hewley on that one.
Could have been. I honestly couldn't tell. And there's a handoff. And coming to the near side, that time it's Littleton, and he gained maybe 3 yards.
I like the running game, right? They're running the ball well. They really are moving the ball, doing something positive. This is something that Ty Parker can build off right here.
And if they run it, Canisius doesn't have it because the Crusaders have been pretty much unstoppable. 2nd down. 2nd and 8 from the 30. I think it's 2nd and 7 from the 33. Webster, there's the handoff, and trying to carry the pile to the near side is Littleton. And he got a few yards there. He'll set up a 3rd down. We'll see if Maritime can get back-to-back 1st downs.
Tell you, Littleton runs like he's, a 6 foot, 225, 230-pound back. The way he runs, right? That bruising type back does a great job. He absolutely has the speed and the power you can see as a running back.
3rd down here. Maritime looking for its 2nd straight 1st down on the drive.
Flag.
And we got a flag. So, see what that's for. And it's offside against the defense. So the Crusaders jump offside.
That's a 1st down.
And Maritime will indeed get a 1st down on the penalty. So Canisius helping out the Falcons on the drive there, and we'll see if Maritime can indeed take advantage of it.
First and 10 for Maritime on their own 41-yard line.
Webster, there's the snap. He throws, and it's incomplete on the far side, intended for Hewley.
I have a score update for you. In the first quarter, Lockport has taken a 6-0 lead over Kenmore West.
The way this game is over, that game might be over before this one.
And then we'll be doing a game at 2 o'clock Western New York Athletics as Wilson will be visiting Cleveland Hill. We'll have that game for you also on all our sites.
So a lot of good stuff coming up on Western New York Athletics. I'll be in your neck of the woods Monday night for a little boys volleyball.
There you go.
I think it's West Seneca West at Orchard Park.
It is, yep. And if everyone hasn't seen brand new, the ticker goes along the bottom of our broadcast. You get a chance to see updated scores.
And down goes Webster, Montrese Webster. And that's a loss. And that'll bring up third down. Montrese Webster kind of looked like he got overwhelmed that time. He had no chance to make any kind of play there.
There are some times you can just see this defensive line just gives him no time to do anything. And that's a testament of the defensive line and how well they are playing today.
39-0 Canisius. 2:35 to play in the first half. This one's been all Crusaders all day long. Webster awaiting that shotgun snap. He's got it. Rolls to the right. He throws. It's caught and brought down immediately is Naiwan Littlejohn.
And then on the tackle, hit immediately, but was number 8, Zaire Leonard, in on the tackle there.
So that'll be a fourth down, and Canisius takes a timeout. So quite a debut for head coach Brian Gorman. I had a nice chat with him before the game on the field. There was a nice story in the Buffalo News about him not too long ago, about him taking over for Rich Robbins. So they've built this Canisius football team into a powerhouse.
And stayed inside, right? Stayed in the program, right? Keeping everything consistent pretty much in the program.
So Maritime comes back out onto the field. They will punt it away. And Thomas will be the deep man for the Crusaders.
The only scary part is there's still 2 minutes left here inside the half, and you're giving Canisius more than enough time to put more points up on the board.
Lamar Thomas back at his own 35-yard line. And the kick is up. It's a short kick, end over end, real short. Bounces at the Maritime 45, rolls back the other way. And Canisius will once again have fabulous field position. They'll be, believe it or not, at about Maritime 30-yard line. Not much on the punt there. Went pretty much straight up in the air, bounced and rolled for Maritime. So we'll see what the Crusaders do here. They're going to spot it. They're going to say it's at the 31.
Got another score update. This one coming from Medina. Medina strikes first on a 12-yard pass play from Xander Payne to Joe Cicchini as they take an 8-0 lead over Newfane.
First and 10 for the Crusaders, already up 39-0. Final minute and a half or so. Less than 2 minutes, about a little bit less than 2 minutes in the half. Baker drops the ball and falls on it. So a broken play there, a rarity for Canisius today.
That may be the only mistake outside of a penalty flag that I've really seen from Canisius today. They have been that good but still 142 and ticking right now on the clock. No doubt that they're still going to be very dangerous to put more points up on the board.
Final minute and a half, 90 seconds of the first half. Doctor comes out wide to the near side. Baker, back to pass. He's got time. He throws. It's caught by Doctor, but he loses the ball. I think they're going to call that incomplete. I think he tried to run with it before he brought it in, and it's incomplete.
It was kind of the way he caught it, too. He caught it with his fingertips, right? It was just tough to be able to hang on right there. But good look where Baker throws that where only Doctor can catch it right there as he goes up and almost brings it down and makes a great play.
He had time to throw, too. Plenty of time there.
But a big third down here, right? You probably are in fourth down territory, especially the way your defense is playing. So you may not need the whole chunk, but you want to get something here.
Third down for the Crusaders. Miller in the backfield with Baker. Baker barking out commands to his wide receivers and offensive linemen. Back to pass. The blitz is on. He gets away from one rusher. Still on his feet. Throws deep into the end zone. And it is caught for the touchdown by Josh Fillion. And it's a 45-0 game in favor of Canisius. Wow, even when things go right for Maritime, they go wrong.
And that was Copeland who almost got access to Baker right there. Baker does a great move, gets away from Copeland, lets that one go, and just shows why Baker is one of the top quarterbacks here in Western New York.
And Fillion did a great job just getting open for his quarterback to find him. Second TD of the game. I think he had the pick six earlier. And Doctor will come on and try to make it a 46-0 game. Kick is up, and it is good. And it's 45-0. So late in the first half, Canisius up by 45. And Canisius will kick it off.
What more can you say right now?
Not
than
much.
Wow. Then wow, right?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to see how good is this Canisius team, right? How good are they? And boy, are they answering that question loud and clear. They really are making the claim as to why they are one of the best. They really are. And it really goes right now is when you've got a team that really does in every facet of the game, it doesn't matter. They're going to step up and make a game tough for you. It's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, winning special teams, winning every little thing that can happen inside a football game, they're winning.
You're almost understating it, Tom. That's how good they've been. And there's a kickoff that bounces in the end zone for a touchback. So Maritime will have the ball at the 20-yard line. So we'll see what the Falcons can do here. And the answer throughout the day is not very much. They have struggled mightily.
And I think what you'll see is what we saw them starting to have some limited success doing is running the ball. So I would still expect to see try to run and get that run game and open up the run game right there and try to somewhat run out this clock till the end of the first half.
So we'll see what Maritime can come up with here. We're late in the first half. Canisius up 45-0. It's been a long half for Maritime. And there's the handoff and getting a few hard-earned yards. Wow, that was some good hard running. And that might have been Hewley. I really couldn't see a number.
It was 25.
25,
Yep.
okay, so that's Littleton.
Littleton has earned every yard he's gotten for Maritime today. He really has.
There's a long pass, and it is fortunate. It was intended for Copeland. Fortunately, it was not intercepted because the throw from Webster was a little bit short, and it's incomplete. So Webster didn't get quite enough on the throw that time. And then he'll bring up third down.
And a little short, but Copeland almost be able to get back there to make that play. That would have been a great play to see if Maritime could complete that. 25 seconds left, third down. You'd expect to be,
And here's Webster. He's going to throw deep again, this time on the far side, and that one is intercepted. Picked off. Picked off by number 14, Rico Brown, and the Crusaders get the ball and will most likely, I would hope, would kneel down to end the half.
Or are you going to go for one more? I mean, you've got 19 seconds left.
Well, I guess you could go for more, but you're up 45-0, so just take a knee and get out of the half.
At this point, really, you want to also, especially for Canisius, right, in a game like this, both teams, you also don't want any injuries at this point, right? You got a big season ahead of you, so that's something that you want to be very cognizant of inside of a game like this right now.
Well, Daryl Hamilton for Canisius, the 5'10", 255-pound sophomore, has come into the game. So something tells me lined up more in a blocking position right now, but he could be getting the football. Yeah, they're going to kneel it down. Oh, that's a good thing. Kneel it down and be done with this half. And there's the final snap of the first half, and it mercifully comes to an end. At halftime, it's Canisius 45, Maritime nothing. We'll be back with the second half after this short break.
Sell your home? Start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you?
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats her like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
Being home.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Why do you?
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being, our passion.
Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
When it's time to sell it to HowardHanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to HowardHanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit HowardHanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do. Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Welcome back to the Stransky Complex in West Seneca, where the Crusaders of Canisius lead the Falcons of Maritime 45-0. All Canisius in the first half. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince, Russ Battaglia on camera, Heidi Gunther producing, and Tony Fiorella just hanging out.
So we've got some stats that are up on the screen, right? We're not going to tell you that they are, 100% accurate, but they're close. And it really you're seeing is, 116 yards passing versus 18, 129 yards passing versus 13 yards for Maritime. You can see is the defense for Canisius has just been unbelievable today and really not giving Maritime enough time to do almost anything today when you look at it. Special teams starts off the game. The first kickoff for Canisius, they get and recover, giving themselves unbelievable field position, but Maritime did step up and stop them that time. But the field position today has been unbelievable for Canisius. Almost every single time they're sitting in Maritime side of the field. They really are.
So it took an hour and 20 minutes to play 24 minutes of football, and for Canisius to build a 45-0 lead. Now, Blake Halbill, who was drafted by Tennessee, is coaching with the Crusaders now. So far, he has not been picked up by any other NFL teams. Another former Canisius standout, Quadri Olison, was cut by Atlanta and re-signed to their practice squad, and he's a young man. I'd like to see both those gentlemen get further NFL opportunities. I can't for the life of me figure out what they're doing in Atlanta and putting him on the practice squad. How about they try giving him the ball a little bit? And Blake was great at Ohio State. He was fabulous here. I'm shocked that no one else picked him up, as NFL teams are always looking for kickers.
And listen, give it week one, right? All you need is that week one to happen and that kicker not kick those, big. Listen, you already saw in Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. How many missed kicks? Now, granted, it's somebody that was coming off an injury right there, so they're going to give him a little leeway. But you're only going to get a couple more weeks of a little bit of leeway right there. So, listen, let's be honest with it. If he's got to make sure he stays in great shape, make sure he can get his accuracy down, make sure all that happens, I guarantee you we're going to be talking about him getting picked up by somebody.
And speaking of the Titans, Brett Kern from Grand Island is the Titans' longtime punter. Been to many Pro Bowls. So just get a plug in for a Grand Island kid. So the Western New York connections all over the place. Copeland back deep to return the kickoff from Reynolds.
So we got some score updates, too. Wilson has taken a 7-0 lead over Cleve Hill.
There's the kick, end-over-end kick. Copeland backing up, and he'll catch it. And he's in the end zone, so it's a touchback.
And the other score update we got is Ken West has taken an 8-6 lead over Lockport. And that's a big battle in the A North, right? A is going to be very competitive this year. We already talked about it. Ken West and Lockport trying to compete for some of those top 4 spots to make it to the playoffs. This is a big game to see exactly where you stand in that A North division, where I personally think that Grand Island right now seems to be the cream of the crop right now in that A North, and who else is going to join them is going to be the big question.
So it's 1st and 10 for Maritime at their own 20-yard line, trailing 45-0. And apparently there will be a running clock here in the second half, which both coaches have to agree on and the officials do too. And there's the snap and a running play, and Hewley coming to the near side and will finally be brought down after a short game. Looks like we have a quarterback change. I believe that was Milo Ingram, number 12 at quarterback.
Yep, I saw that too. And we heard that they may have both quarterbacks playing this game, try to get some work in right here, and we're going to see Ingram get some time right now, which had a feeling we may happen in a game like this where you're really trying to test all your players out.
So it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and I believe 8. Ingram hands it off, and barreling forward is Littleton. He's out to close to the 30-yard line, just shy of a 1st down, where it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and short.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Stu, if I'm the B division, watch out, because this Littleton can run the ball, right? And he is a bruising type back, and you are going to need to deal with him inside that B-class division, I'll tell you that.
So Ingram at quarterback now. Ingram, the ball's loose on the ground. Who's got it?
Quarterback got it.
The snap hit him in the hands. I think he just dropped it. And I believe, as Tom has said, Maritime recovers. And it looks like Maritime will have to punt it away. So unfortunately there for Maritime, looked like they had a decent drive beginning, and they will have to punt it away. Thomas will come out to return it for Canisius, and he'll be back at about the 50-yard line.
And we've seen them struggle. They keep kicking into this wind right here, and you kick into this wind, and it's tough, which is why you're seeing the Canisius right now punt returner right here not go very deep, because they've not been able to get one far into this wind.
In fact, they've had a couple travel
backwards.
10, 10, no more than 10 yards. The snap, the punt, that'll bounce at the 45, the 50, and Thomas will pick it up at his own 40. Breaks a couple of tackles coming down the sideline and is shoved out of bounds at about the Canisius 48, 49-yard line, and the tackle's made by Copeland for Maritime.
And Copeland's the kicker, so he runs out and makes the play too. But you know what I liked about Copeland on that one? He absolutely learned from that. You see, that was more of a line drive. He kept it out of the air, did more of a line drive, and that was one of his best punts right there of the day because of it.
Well, I'm hoping you and I get a chance to do another Maritime game later this year to see the kind of progress that they will undoubtedly make.
I think you'll see it next week, even when they come out there, when they play a team that is, right along par with them as far as division goes. I think you're going to see them really come out strong.
Well, hopefully you and I get a chance to see another one of their games. And there's a handoff, and breaking into the open, and finally shoved down from behind at about the 30-yard line is Kareem Hathcock. Good run there, about a 20-yard gain. Hathcock really hasn't had to do much today. It's been mostly Thomas. So it's 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Crusaders, leading 45-0 in the third quarter. This might be another run to Hathcock. And indeed it is. He's going to go wide to the far side. He will not be able to turn the corner. got about maybe 6 yards, but he couldn't turn the corner, which I think is what he wanted to do. Running to the wide side of the field. It'll bring up second down. 8:24 and counting to go here in the third quarter.
But you're talking, listen, this is probably the only thing we haven't seen a lot of today has been the run game so far of Canisius, right? Besides Baker running the ball, we really haven't seen a lot. So now we're seeing the final facet of the game for Canisius happening.
There's another run on the far side. That's a first down, and I believe that time it was Zaire Leonard. And that will give the Crusaders a first down. Interesting point you made about the running game, Tom. I mean, the biggest running play was the 80-yard touchdown by Baker on the first play from scrimmage. And most of the running backs hadn't had that many touches out of the backfield.
Haven't needed to, though, right?
No,
hey, really haven't needed to. It's been big plays. It's been Baker doing it with his arm or him with his legs or the threat of even him running right out there, which opens up the passing game.
First and 10 for the Crusaders. There's the handoff to Leonard going straight up the middle. And if he stopped at like the 1 yard line. Yeah. Looked like he was going to get in, but he couldn't quite get that last yard, so it'll be first and goal. Nick Ciarello coming into the game now. We'll see who's going to get the ball here. Canisius just keeping it all on the ground. And Daryl Hamilton comes back into the game. He's the sophomore I told you about. 5'10", 255. This might be his chance.
Yeah, you would think this is right where you want a big bruising type back to be down here.
Right. So Baker will go under center. Hamilton is the up back. And into the end zone for the touchdown. It was not Hamilton, it was the other back. And I didn't see who it was.
No, I think it was Hamilton.
Was it Hamilton?
Yeah, it was number one.
All right, it was Hamilton. Touchdown Canisius. That'll make it 51-0. And they'll look to add the extra point. Doctor will come on to add another one. 6:13 to go here in the second half. And that one, Canisius did it entirely on the ground.
Which just shows, right, everything is clicking on all cylinders for them today.
Kick is up and good, and it's a 52-0 Crusaders lead.
So getting everyone excited. I mean, it is unbelievable to feel that, wow, NFL actually starts tomorrow, right? You got that feeling like we're getting the tease right now, right? We got high school football off a second week, getting some great football, and then now Buffalo gets excited because their team gets a chance to take the field with a big test opening game. Whether people say it or not, Pittsburgh is the real deal, and we'll see exactly how Buffalo responds early on.
Well, we'll see which Pittsburgh Steelers team is it, the one that started 11-0 or the one that got crushed by the Browns in the playoffs and lost those last few games. And
big signing, though, by Pittsburgh to make sure their defense is intact with Watt signing, right? That's big for Pittsburgh right there to make sure their defense is ready to go.
Well, in about 45 minutes, UB plays at Nebraska. I didn't even check and see if the Orange are playing this weekend. I know they beat that powerhouse to
Ohio.
Yeah. Reynolds to kick it off. High end over end kick. Copeland will let it go into the end zone for another touchback. Reynolds having a great game kicking today.
So Syracuse is taking on Rutgers.
Did that game
and
start
it is 0-0 at the end of the first quarter right there.
All right, well, that's that powerful Orange offense. Tommy DeVito, I wonder if he's putting up any numbers or if they actually have any faith in him. Well, anyway, UB, I'm excited about them. It would be great to see them walk into Nebraska and pull off what I would consider an upset. They did it in 1984, but I think that game was in Syracuse.
It looks like both defenses are stepping up big as
Okay.
DeVito's gone 3 for 4 with 28 yards. Vidral for Rutgers has gone 4 for 5 for 22 yards.
Watch, that game will wind up 45-43. Well, 1st and 10 for Maritime. And that Bills game at 1 o'clock, which I am really looking forward to. I know you're looking forward to your Giants and the Denver Broncos. And there's a handoff and getting some running room. Oh, good run there. That's a great run by Littleton. Got about 5 yards, 6, maybe even 7, and he really worked hard for those yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Boy, is Littleton going to be impressive when he goes into that B division?
Yes, I was
he
just
really
thinking
is.
like that.
Watch out, I'm going to tell you, in the B division for this Littleton, the way he runs, that bruising back that is very difficult to tackle.
I would also like to see Copeland, too. I think he's a talented young man. I'd like to see him get some opportunities.
No doubt Copeland will be playing on Saturdays somewhere.
And there's a handoff and up the middle for a 1st down, and then some. I believe that's Littleton again. It is. That's a 1st down on the ground. So Maritime putting together a little bit of a drive here, opening up some holes against that Crusaders defensive line. 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, 52-0 Canisius. Big game Sunday, too. Cleveland and Kansas City. That's a huge game in the AFC.
A benchmark game for Cleveland in that game, as far as I'm concerned, right? See exactly, did you really get better? Is that defense real? Are you ready to take the next step as a team?
Well, you can make the same case for the Bills. I mean, Kansas City's the team they have to beat. High snap. Ingram pulls it down, tries to get away from trouble, can't do it, and is brought down. Might have been a little confused there. Looked like he wanted to throw it, but then just decided he had nowhere to throw it. So that'll bring up 2nd down.
It looked like that was number 44, Jack Garbowitz, as the first one in there on that tackle.
I'm going to take a guess.
Garbowitz?
Well, you know what? I said it to the coach before the game, and he had it right. Now I can't remember. I'll go with Garbowitz. I think you're right there. I think we're both right. It'll be 2nd down. For Maritime, Kevin Suttles coming to the near side of the field. Ingram gets the shotgun snap. He throws. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. Looked like it was overthrown, intended for Copeland. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Rico Brown, that was right there. And he already had an interception. Almost comes up with his 2nd one right there.
So it'll be 3rd down. The clock will stop on the incomplete pass.
No, it's a running clock. It should just keep going, right?
But then the clock on the scoreboard is not right. Okay.
They're not doing a running clock.
Oh, they're not doing it. They told Pat Collins that they were doing a running clock, but they're not.
Mr. Morrow, the AD, came up and said no.
Oh, okay. Jim Morrow from Canisius said no running clock. So apparently no one could agree on it, or Jim just said no. It's 3rd down here, 52-0 Canisius. And there's a handoff, and the ball came out. Let's see who's got it.
Looks like Maritime gets
Maritime
it back.
got it back.
Looked like that came up with it was number 50, David Wright, the veteran on this the Maritime line right there.
Well, that'll bring up a 4th down in a punting situation. And I believe they're still punting into the wind.
I think you'll see Copeland, like I said, that line drive punt we should see again right here as he had some success with it on the last time.
Snap is high, And Copeland will get it down, trying to run with the ball, but he can't get away from a tackler who's brings him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's Brad Johnson with a huge play. Copeland, the snap was high. He stuck up his arm, was able to catch it, tried to run with it, and tried to get the kick off, but he couldn't do it because Johnson was there and brings him down, and it will be Canisius ball, 1st and 10, once again deep in Maritime territory at about the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. So Baker remains at quarterback for Canisius.
And Canisius does what it does. Special teams comes up big again. Another big special teams play for Canisius.
Rod Miller in the backfield with Baker. And he will get the handoff and is brought down after a short gain of a yard, maybe 2 at the most. Webster in on the tackle, Montrese Webster.
The quarterback, original quarterback, right? But you could see, I understand why he's playing defense also. With that frame and that size, no doubt he's someone that could play on both sides of the ball.
No gain, 2nd and 10 from the 18.
And I get you, Baker's in here still, but I don't think he's going to do anything more than hand the ball off.
Yep, I totally agree. That's all he's doing. Canisius will keep it entirely on the ground, would be my guess. And they'll use every second of the play clock, too. There's the handoff to Miller, and he barrels forward, and he's close to another 1st down for the Crusaders.
So Kellenberg takes the lead over St. Francis with 2 unanswered touchdowns in the 3rd, and they lead 21-17 over St. Francis right now.
Where is Kellenberg from? Do you know?
I don't, unfortunately.
All right, so it's 3rd and short here for the Crusaders. Miller gets the handoff, goes up the middle. He's got the 1st down and a few extra yards. And that will keep the clock moving. It'll be 1st and goal from what looks like about the 6-yard line. Crusaders up 52-0.
They're out of Uniondale, New York.
And running into the barreling forward is Miller. He got stood up by 2 or 3 players. A good hard run there and some good hard tackling. He took it down to about the 1-yard line when they give him his forward progress.
Yeah, so Kellenberg is out of Uniondale.
Uniondale.
Yep.
That Long Island?
Yes.
Yeah. The 3rd quarter, we'll see if they get this play off before the end of the quarter, and they do not. The 3rd quarter comes to an end. Canisius leads this one 52-0. We'll be back with the 4th quarter after this short break.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
All Canisius this afternoon as we get set for the fourth quarter. Crusaders leading this one 52-0, and they have a first and goal at the 1-yard line. So they are looking to add some more points. The teams have switched ends. The Crusaders are now attacking the goal to our left. Maritime will attack the goal to our right.
First and goal or second and goal?
Second and goal. You are correct. Baker goes under center. And he will hand it off, and it looks
fumble. That may be recovered.
Looks like Martin got hit. The ball came out, but I don't know.
Yes.
Maritime gets the ball. So Canisius, a rare mistake. And Maritime has the ball deep in their own end.
Trying to get the number officially who recovered it. And that is Nijuan Littlejohn comes up again big when you're talking about that defensive front. He has just been he's been a big, bright star for them on defense for Maritime today. You know, the lone real big thing that's happened for them for defensively.
So it's 1st and 10 for Maritime, deep in their own end. This did not go well for them a few times in the first half, but they did force the turnover. At their own 4-yard line, they take over 1st and 10.
We got a score update coming from Ken West as Lockport now takes the lead back, and they lead 12-8 over Ken West.
And pushing the pile, I believe that's Littleton, but it's really hard to say as all the bodies are piled up in there.
Yep, that was Littleton, number 25.
Maybe a 3-yard gain, but those are hard-earned yards, that's for certain. Now Hamilton goes into the game on defense for Canisius.
And Hamilton, 5'10", 255. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Right? Boy, I'll tell you, the future looks bright right there, huh?
Well, like I said earlier, if he and Montrese Webster had to collide, that would be quite a collision. Ingram under center. Ball's on the ground. And Canisius is going to pick it up and run it into the end zone for the touchdown. So there's a fumble. And I believe that was Michael Sadia picking the ball up and running it into the end zone.
32, Braden Vandenberg.
Oh, it was 32.
Yep,
okay.
Braden Vandenberg is who
12.
actually picked it up in there.
All right, well, I thought it was 12, but that's all right. It's a touchdown, and that'll make it 58-0. So, unfortunately, Maritime forces the fumble, and they fumble it right back and give them 6 points. So, Doctor comes on to make it a 59-0 game.
Right when you think, like, wow, Maritime comes up with a big stop right there, Canisius defense does it again.
And the kick is good, so it's 59-0. So things continue to go the Crusaders' way today. So
it looks like Jaden Baker is warming up on the sidelines right here. I wonder if they're going to
make a quarterback change?
Yeah, make a quarterback change right here.
Well, could be. And you wonder if he'll do anything besides hand off either. 59-0 lead. And I do think that Tyler Baker's day is done. Michael Doctor playing catch with Jaden Baker. He's a 5'11 junior, 185.
I'll tell you this right now, you know, Tyler Baker making his claim right now to the Conley Cup, saying I deserve my Conley Cup nomination this week, as he's done a great job leading this team, and no doubt should see probably his name up there with the rest of the big names we're going to be hearing about this week.
Yeah, I would think so. Led by Butera from Jamestown. 11 touchdowns in 2 games going to be hard to top.
Well, again, you all over the place, right? I mean, I told you about Orchard Park's Casella. How about Casella? He's thrown, I want to say it's 8 touchdowns he's got in 2 games passing. And how about Evans, his wide receiver? He's got 6 of the touchdowns.
Well, it's a high end-over-end kick. Copeland will let it bounce. Now we'll pick it up on the bounce at about the 5, at the 10. And he can't quite get it out to the 20-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 Maritime with 10:53 to go in the 4th quarter, 52-0 Canisius.
You know, we had a couple running backs go for over 200 yards there. I mean, it's just been an unbelievable, early on to the season where we're seeing some big guys making a claim to say, hey, listen, we've got some big players here in Western New York, and let's see what happens. How about South Park coming back, right, with a big win, 48-7, showing, hey, listen, we had one game, right? Do not count us out of the mix, and I will never go against South Park. I'll tell you, they will be there. They will be there in the mix in the end.
Never go against Tim Delaney.
How about Frontier coming up with a big win over West Seneca West?
And there's a handoff, and getting away from the tackling is Hewley, and he comes to the near side. That's the best Maritime run of the day. He's all the way out to about the 33-yard line. Hewley coming to the near side and gaining some big yards. 1st down and for Maritime. Anton Hewley, nice run there.
I think that's a huge win from Frontier because you're talking about that South right now, trying to really, when you got Jamestown, right, West Seneca West, South Park, and then you've got also Frontier. I think are your top 4 teams that are in there right now. So you've already got West Seneca West with a win over South Park. Now Frontier with a win over West Seneca West. Boy, and then you still got Jamestown in there.
And the handoff goes to Hewley on the far side. He tries to turn the corner. There's a flag that comes out in the backfield. So he got about 4 or 5 yards, but where that flag is thrown is often a holding penalty, and that's a holding call against the Falcons. So that one's coming back. But back-to-back good runs by Hewley. Wind seems to have calmed down just, well, maybe not if you look at the officials' pants. Seems to have calmed down a little bit. And they'll bring the ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. And Canisius will take a timeout. So the Crusaders will take their first timeout of the second half. Is Iroquois playing this afternoon, or did they play last night?
They played last night. They had a big win over Tonawanda last night. I think it was 46 to tell you exactly what it was. It was like 46 to nothing or 46-6.
I'm interested in seeing when Trey Kleitz makes his decision where to play college football or basketball, and see how that team does this year. Also Frontier with Austin Lippert at the controls. So a lot of interesting things to keep your eye on. Seems like an off year for St. Joe's, and now you look at the officials' pants, and the wind has picked right up again.
Yeah, 46-6 that Iroquois won over Tonawanda.
So
Pioneer stayed undefeated with a win over East Aurora Holland. Wins 21-14. Depew wins 39-8 over Springville. Alberti runs for 212 yards in that one with 4 touchdowns.
First down for Maritime. They have to get it all the way out to the 46-yard line for a first down, and they're at their own. Then we got a whistle and a flag, another flag, a false start on the Falcons. And I wonder what Coach Parker's going to do with this game film. Is he going to just say, forget it? Is he going to look at it over and over again and look at these penalties?
He's going to look at key things. There's no doubt about it. He's
really
going to try to teach his team how to get, how we can get better.
Well, sometimes they're just games. You just forget it.
We have a scoring update. Red Rangers march 95 yards in 3 minutes to take the lead back as St. Francis now has a 24-21 lead.
There's a handoff and no room to run there on first down, so it'll be second down. 52-0 Crusaders.
Wilson takes a 14-0 lead over Cleve Hill with 45 seconds left in the second quarter.
Second down for Maritime. Can't tell if that's an 8 or a 9 on the clock, but
9.
9, thank you. 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. Scoreboard, the sun hits the scoreboard directly, makes it hard to read. And we are bathed in sunshine today. And there's a handoff, and coming to the near side is Copeland, and he's not going to get anywhere. The Canisius defense, and you can see he's so frustrated. The Canisius defense did a nice job of stringing that one out and not letting him turn the corner. They kept the contain on, and he just was unable to turn the corner, so that'll bring up third down and a long way to go for a first down. They're all the way back at their 19-yard line, so it's third down and about 27 yards to go for a first down. So Milo Ingram at quarterback here in the second half. He's under center. The Maritime's offense has been better in the second half than they were in the first half. And Ingram rolls, throws, it's caught well short of the first down by Naiwan Littlejohn. And it'll bring up fourth down. And the Crusaders will get the ball back.
You know, I'll tell you, I've said, Littlejohn's been the bright spot to me for the Maritime team today on both sides of the ball, right? And then, you know what, I also want to add into that we've also seen some great runs right there by Littleton, right?
Yes.
So I think the two of them have been the bright spots so far for this Maritime team and something to watch out for as they go into the B division. And it just, I mean, we just talk about how good Canisius really is, and this is just making a statement right here how good they really are.
Copeland punts it, and it'll bounce at the 40 and roll out of bounds at about the Canisius 21-yard line. There was no chance for a return on that one. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. And let's see if the other Baker comes in to play quarterback. Yep, there he is. Number 4, Jaden Baker will replace Tyler Baker at quarterback for Canisius. 6:55 to play in the fourth quarter. 52-0 Crusaders. Jaden Baker awaits the shotgun snap, and there's a flag already.
Too many men on the field. He was counting right there. Yep, too many men on the field. I think that's what the penalty is going to be against Maritime. I just see Copeland run off right here.
Yeah, I saw Copeland run off, and yep, they're walking it off against Maritime. So it's the first time we've seen that penalty today. Jaden Baker awaits the shotgun snap, and he will hand it off, and going around, trying to turn the corner on the far side is Zaire Leonard. Gain of about maybe 3 or 4 yards. It'll bring up second down. And the clock will continue to run.
I think they gave him a first down.
Oh, it's 1st and 5, right. I forgot to add in the penalty yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Crusaders. at their own 31-yard line. Jaden Baker surveys the defense, gets under center, and is brought down. It looks like they lost a yard or so. And that'll bring up. Well, there was a fumble on the snap, and Baker recovered it. And he'll come to the sidelines. Get the play from the offensive coordinator. Tom Coppola, a 2001 graduate of Canisius. 2-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 12 from the 29. And there's a handoff. And getting close to another first down is Kareem Halfcock. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And the clock just keeps ticking. Every one of those runs just keeps that clock going right now.
And at this point, that's a very good thing. It's 52-0 Canisius.
No, 59.
59. I forgot the other touchdown. Holy cow! There've been so many; they're easy to forget. And there's Hamilton getting the ball, and I don't think he's awfully close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it, see if they give it to him or not. They're saying that's 4th down. Nope, first down. They gave him the first down. So Canisius will keep the drive alive. And Baker will keep it himself, and he's got a good 5 or 6 yards. Any Western New York athletic, any games coming up tonight, Tom? Or we
no, we're doing them both right now. The game, obviously, we're doing right now, and also we're doing currently the Cleveland Hill Wilson game that is going on as we speak alongside of us.
My guess is that's a little bit closer.
14-0 was the last update we had there.
2nd down.
Medina is up at leading Newfane 24-0 at the half. Xander Payne also having a year already on to start off, another big quarterback.
There's a handoff and going forward and getting what looks like another first down are the Crusaders. Leonard gets the first down that time. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in this one. 59-0 Canisius. So Jaden Baker getting into the game, but so far hasn't thrown a pass. Did carry the ball once. And there's a handoff and going nowhere. No gain on that one.
And I don't foresee him throwing a pass either. You know, I think they're just going to keep
No.
doing what they are, running the ball and running this clock down to try to end the game.
Yeah, Hathcock on the carry there. Leonard coming into the game now. 2nd down.
But a gorgeous day after this game. Get out and enjoy it because I know the rain's coming in later tonight, right? We had rain to tomorrow morning, they're saying. That could come in later again in the night. But get out there and enjoy this beautiful day. Just wait till the end of the game because I know you want to finish near what's going on here.
And Baker is sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Big play there by Maritime.
Number 50, David Wright on that one.
Along with Jeremiah Shuford, number 35. So that'll back up the Crusaders. I'm going from here to the Damon women's soccer game, even though my daughter's not playing there. They're playing at Will South, so.
Do you still know some players left there?
Not as many. I mean, she graduated in 2019, I think. think I would know that. Last year was her first year of graduate school, so yeah, 2 years ago. Here comes Hamilton. He's a big guy. He runs into the defender, and down they go. Hamilton with a good gain there, about 7 or 8 yards.
Did you see who came up for the hit, though?
I didn't, but was it Copeland?
No, it was 15 Littlejohn, who's been big on defense for them today. Again, another positive spot right there for Littlejohn.
Well, the down marker says 4th down. And they will hand it off to Leonard. And Leonard will be great run there. He's going to be shoved back after a 7 or 8 yard gain. And Maritime will hold on downs and turn it over as we're into the final minute of the game. 34 seconds. So we'll see what Maritime does here. And we've got is there an injured player? Is that Leonard down on the field at about the 45-yard line? The trainer's going out to have a look at him. Well, so far this game, we've been able to avoid injuries from what we can see, and hopefully that will certainly be the case with Zaire Leonard, who's down on the field at about the 44-yard line.
Hopefully it's just a cramping thing. We've seen a lot of that early in the season. You know why we see a lot of that early in the season, Stu?
Dehydration.
Yeah, absolutely. But also remember, these kids are just their first week back in school, right?
That's true.
So a part of it is not drinking during the day while they're at school because they're really just getting back into school and getting into the swing of things there.
Yeah, that's very true. And hopefully that's all it is a cramp. And he'll get up and be just fine.
So you can see a lot of people starting to leave on this one, but Canisius absolutely has got something positive to build on here.
Tell you what, Tom, I got to give all those Maritime fans a lot of credit for sticking around to the bitter end. I mean, this game was, honestly, let's face it, this game was over very early.
Oh, in the first quarter. I mean, we were even talking about, remember the second drive when they got in there. It says you can't go down 14-0 to a team like Canisius. You know, we were saying that early on, and it just shows, Canisius making a claim as to why they need to be one of the top teams here in the area and are making a statement today. They really are.
Leading 59-0, 34 seconds left in the game. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the final 34 seconds right after this. Well, Leonard, a little bit of a change of plans, gets up and is walking, and he looks just fine as he walks back toward the Crusaders' sideline. So we'll wait and see how the last couple of plays of this game play out. Just a beautiful day for just about anything you want to do. Probably grill out tonight, which we've done most of the summer.
Coming over Stu's house, grilling out. Boy, I get a good meal going on. I'm going over Stu's. So you think they're going to run a play, or you think that we'll see them kneel it right here?
You know, that's a really good question. Maritime may as well run a running play.
They're really tight, which is telling me that they're probably going to kneel this one down.
Yeah, looks like it. Yep. They're just going to snap it and not run a play, and that should do it as the players begin to shake hands. They might have to do that one more time to finish off the clock. 25 seconds. And let's see if the officials are just going to let them walk it off as you see players start mingling, shaking hands. And that'll do it. So Canisius wins it 59-0 over Maritime. Thanks to Tom Prince, Russ Battaglia, and Heidi Gunther. We'll see you next week at some point, Tom. The final score, Canisius 59, Maritime 0. Have a good night, everybody.